don't really want to take the light off. You're fucking recording. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Hey, really, I just need this to kind of be strapped like that. Yeah. Ooh. Need rope and then there, right? Look at that, right? And then I got this, right? If I could just figure out how to clamp, tighten this. Wait, hold on. All right, we need one more piece. We need one more element here. Just to be tighter. If you could go, tighten it up. There we go. It's a little top heavy. Let's see. Lauren, I already know you're sitting there laughing at me. Shut your mouth. All you need is a little innovation. Yeah, that'll work.
It's pretty good, actually.
DIY boom mic.
I'm impressed.
All right. Hey. Look at that.
All right.
What the heck? There we go.
All right. I think we're good. Let's start this thing. Welcome back to podcast number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome
to
back
our one subscriber.
We do. We have to have a shout out to our one subscriber as of last week. We were not going to call him out by name, but his first initial is A. So we'll see.
And it's not me.
And it's not Adam. I'm pouring like Adam told me to. So this atrocity of a head, which will eventually become good drinkable. I learned something this weekend. So I was at the barn, and one of the girls that Lauren rides with is, I don't know if she's a sommelier, or not, but she like works in alcohol. She buys like wine and beer and all sorts of things, like large volumes for like companies and things like that. So knows her booze. Okay. She was pouring it like this, and a bunch of people were making fun of her, and she said no. She said, I have issues with the extra, gas in it, and I pour it like this so I don't get agita. And that's a foremost connoisseur in alcohol, pouring it in the same way that you told me to pour it. So kudos to you, Adam.
See? I know things.
Adam knows
I drink
things.
and I know things. I don't think I need to
put that on a t-shirt. Is your boom mic unbooming itself?
No, we're you know what? We're just gonna see a fucking one.
All right. Sounds good.
So yeah. See, she knows things.
Mm-hmm.
And
she knows things.
I'm telling you. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a I'll start off with the typical pour. Mm-hmm. There we go. I'll start off with the typical pour, and then when I get about halfway, then I'll dump it. That's another way I do it.
So you don't get like 95% foam. You get like 50% foam.
Yeah. Depending on the beer, because some beers, especially like microbrews or like IPAs, it'll foam like crazy. What is that? Duschken hyphen?
Deschutes.
What?
Deschutes.
Deschutes what?
That's the name of the brewery. Deschutes.
What
it's
are we
in Oregon.
Deschutes in? I Deschutes my pants.
This makes this nice and appetizing now. No, this is a brewery. I think it's in Bend, Oregon. Lauren and I went there when we did our cross-country trip right when I graduated grad school.
Okay.
And we had no jobs, and my cousin needed her car out in Oregon, and it was cheaper to pay for gas and 3 nights of hotels and have me drive it out than to ship it. And
really?
So we got in a car in Avon, Connecticut, and we drove a like 2002 Hyundai Elantra with no cruise control and no spare tire from Connecticut to Eugene, Oregon in 4 days. In February. We were very stupid.
When was this?
2013.
Really?
It was actually a lot of fun because we were driving like 10 or 12 hours a day. Like we're really pushing it. But we made a really nice like itinerary where we stopped at like the Lone Tree in the middle of like Nebraska and, the world's largest teapot, that kind of random stuff. You'd never go there. But if you're on, Route 80 for 27 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And the stupid part was we were somewhere in the Rockies area, and we were driving, and it was just raining, and it was fine. And we went up in elevation, and all of a sudden we got hit with like the Millennium Falcon warp speed snowstorm, where like big fat snowflakes just screaming at you. You couldn't see 15 feet in front of the car. And there was 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground already. We couldn't stop because the snowbanks were full. I think like if we'd pulled over, we'd get probably run over by a truck.
Right.
It was
yeah.
possibly one of the most terrifying moments of my life. Lauren was driving, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat just praying that we get through this.
Which made you even more scared.
Yeah. Not that I would have been doing any better of a job, but it was one of those like, yeah, you're terrified as it is, and then you also don't have any control of what's going on.
Yeah. Not because Lauren's a bad driver. Because
no, Lauren's
you
a very good
control.
driver.
Yeah,
Lauren's
exactly.
a very good driver.
Yeah, yeah.
And so finally we actually pulled off when we found an exit in like a Walmart parking lot to like wait it out. And then it like only got worse. So we're like, I think we should just keep going. And so we got back on the highway and kept going. And like maybe like another 10 minutes, all of a sudden it just turned into rain and it was done. It was nuts.
That's crazy.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And the no spare tire thing, we found that out after we got to Oregon. We did not know that.
Probably, it's probably better.
That's our tangent for the day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's the only one. Yeah.
So
I
have. Oh, sorry. Go.
You said in the text message it's been 4 weeks.
Yes.
That's crazy. It
right?
does not
Time
feel like it's been
flies.
4 weeks. This is why you and I would go like a year and a half without talking.
I know.
Without even realizing it.
And I said also in the text message, I said that you got to treat it like going to the gym. If you skip a week, skip 2 weeks, okay. You skip 3 weeks of the gym, you're never going back.
Yeah.
It's like you're done for. We did, okay, this is 4. You know what, we're busy today. Let's do next week. You know what? It would be 3 months before we talked again.
No, I wouldn't let that happen.
It's happened in the past,
But it's not going to happen again.
Don't let go, Jack.
Can I start with something?
Yeah, head in.
So, I was talking to one of our viewers and getting their opinion.
Is this
1 of 5?
Female viewer number 1 or male viewer number 1?
Male viewer number 1. And I was asking him like, cause he listened to the second ones. I said, you got any pointers from what you've seen so far? He loves it. He thinks funny. He likes our dynamic. He likes that we're like the same but different. I'm like, all right, that's all great stuff. And then he brought up, he's like, keep in mind that you have people that might just be listening and not viewing. And I was like, that's a really good point. Just something to keep in mind.
No, I like that. I think watching it is always going to provide even more context and potentially is the better way to experience. But
yeah,
if the alternative is you don't have time to sit down and do that, then you're going to listen. And so we have to think about listening only content for sure.
Style, yeah.
Describe, I'm pouring this beer. There is 8 inches of head. Or like when I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was the tip.
That is good feedback.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like that.
Darren making faces. Those are some.
We have a voiceover. Dan's making a face, a surprised face.
The face is not a normal weird face. I'm a little scared now. So, what's been going on in my life the last couple weeks since we spoke? I know we've talked about this on the podcast before, but I feel old because I'm playing slow pitch softball and I'm terrible at it. And I will say, last couple weeks I have not pulled my quad, so I've been stretching, all good. Quads are firing. However, I did forget that my legs are not able to keep up with the speed my body wants to go. Because I was running from second to home, rounded third. I'm running, the ball's coming in. And you know when you feel like your legs are just not lifting anymore and they start to like drag? Like and your body's moving and your legs just aren't moving fast enough. And you could feel yourself starting to go, and you're like going too fast to slow down, but you're going too slow to speed up. And you just know it's a matter of time before you take a digger. And I went down hard. It was clay and hard clay, like packed softball clay that's not well maintained. Like I went down and it was ankle, knee, elbow just skidded to a halt about 4 feet before home plate. And I watched the ball come in and they tagged me.
Oh, no.
And then I got, I'm all cut up. I got my elbow all sliced up. I'm bleeding everywhere. However, we pick ourselves up and we dust ourselves off.
Okay. Okay. Did we freeze? Did we freeze Dan? I think I lost Dan. Or did you guys lose me? Who do we lose? Well, I think it's time for me to take a drink. All right. I don't know if you get it. I mean, it says we're recording. Pour myself a little drink here. A little drinky boo. Oh, here we go. That's Dan. Stan said, ready to go when you are. So just lost power, back on, and will sign back in. He lost power. Oh, no. Well, there's something. Anyway, while we wait for Dan to get back on, everyone who's listening, we really appreciate it. We appreciate every single one of you, which I think is 5. We have also had a note, which I forgot to tell Dan, that maybe we shouldn't have the page private. Okay, I do have work tomorrow. I have to be careful. And if it's not private, then it's easier to share. So I have to talk to Dan when he comes back. Little setup here. Look at that. Oh yeah, I got bourbons, my whiskey. I got my little buddy here. This is Seamus. Say hi, Seamus. Gives me good luck. And yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, hey, Dan's back. I'm back. Hey, buddy. I was entertaining people.
We had a blip of power. We lost power for like half a second. I think we're back. I got to show you my shirt.
Happy Chubbs Baker Shooter. Barker. Oh, Barker Shoot. Happy Chubbs Barker Shooter. Where's that from?
Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore. Chubbs, which is the guy that trained him. Shooter McGavin. Bob Barker.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was a restaurant in it. I'm like, I don't remember that restaurant being in there.
I got this at TJ Maxx this weekend. $4.
$4.
$4. You can't buy a friggin' undershirt for that.
That's awesome. Are you ready for the new one?
What? Yeah.
They're making a new one.
And
they were filming in Jersey.
I'm scared.
Or they were casting.
I'm scared. I feel like I saw the interviews with Adam Sandler, and he's all in on this. He's trying to do it justice and trying to make it a worthwhile sequel, but like, it was such a perfect movie. Like,
I know.
How could you ever top it?
That's what happened with Dumb and Dumber, right? Dumb and Dumber was so perfect, and they did the second one. It was like, it just didn't hit right. Like, it didn't land the way the first one did.
Yeah. But like Jim Carrey and, I don't know if he had as much creative control on Dumb and Dumber. Adam Sandler, he's like executive producer. He's the writer. He does everything for his movies. So I feel like if he thought it was time, then there's got to be something to it.
Yeah.
No. Like, I'll go see
it.
Like, I didn't go see Dumb and Dumber 2, but I'll go see Happy Gilmore 2. And it might be terrible, but I'll still go see it. Maybe that's what he's banking on.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
So where did it cut me off?
Good. Yeah, you were able. I was saying that you were able to keep up with your run. You know what will help with that is just doing stairs.
Stairs? Like I'm like weak in the quads or something, or I'm weak in the in the hammies. Like I'm not high stepping. Like I've got to get my knees up. You got to get your knees up.
Right. It's actually, I think it's more the pulling of the leg through. So it's that pulling when you go to run upstairs, or when you run that pull forward that you do.
Yeah, we got to phone a doctor here, or a Lauren. I bet she knows this. What muscle is used to step upstairs?
It's the.
Hold on, I'm getting chatter. What is it, Lauren? Quads. So I got weak quads. That's what we learned today.
This is awkward. So okay, so we're paused again. Just us. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'll just keep you entertained. Dan freeze again.
Now it appears I'm by myself.
I think Dan froze again. All right. Well, how do I entertain you guys? Dan froze again. Let me see. Papa Morgan. We have one of his cookbooks.
Our internet fucking sucks.
Betty Crocker cookbook.
Yep.
We'll pull this as the 40th anniversary as of, I don't know. This looks like 1987. Oh my God, how old is this? You guys, how about a fresh blueberry cobbler? You guys want to make one of those? All right. Fresh blueberry cobbler. You're going to need a half a cup of sugar. You see a tablespoon of cornstarch, a fourth cup of blueberries, a teaspoon of lemon juice, not lime juice. That'd be terrible. 3 tablespoons of shortening. The fuck is shortening? You're going to want 3 tablespoons of shortening. You're going to want 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Dance bag.
Hey, what are you reading?
The Betty Crocker book.
Oh,
40th anniversary.
Beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
I was telling everybody how to make a fresh blueberry cobbler.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
That's the content that we all want. Oh, you hear that crackle, too. As you can hear that spine just breaking from years of atrophy. Kind of like my quads from years of a desk job.
Holy hell. Did you know Betty Crocker was created in 1921?
Is there a woman named Betty Crocker, or was she fake?
I don't know. There's a whole intro. Oh, look at that. The heritage of Betty Crocker. Story time with Adam. I don't know. I pulled out a sentence. It said, while the cookbook has a 40-year tradition, didn't know that, Betty Crocker has been a valued spokesperson, so she must be a real person, for much longer. She was created in 1921 by the Washburn Crosby Flour Corps, which later became General Mills. Hey, look at that.
So the term created is getting me.
Well, she was a lab experiment. There was about 3 versions before her.
This is Betty Crocker the fourth.
Betty Crocker the fourth. The first 3 tried to kill people. But, look at that. All right. We'll look that up another time.
Betty Crocker. Here we go. Was Betty Crocker a person? Literally the first thing that comes up on Google.
Good question.
Her image is solidly emblematic of the middle class productivity and women as homemakers. It's a lot dated. But Betty Crocker was...
Yeah, Dan. Wow. 1921? Yeah.
But Betty Crocker wasn't a real person. A contest would inspire her creation. She's fake. She's not even a real person.
She's like Aunt Jemima.
I mean, we'd have to look in that. But yeah, I would assume.
Look it up. I think Aunt Jemima, she's fake.
We're just, here we go.
Pillsbury Doughboy, he's fake, Dan.
What? My life is a lie. My life has been a lie. American Breakfast Brand, 1888, 1889. Yeah, totally fake. Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima, yeah.
So yeah. So we've busted 2 myths today. Aunt Jemima, Betty Crocker.
Boom.
Bullshit.
Do you need to look up the Pillsbury Doughboy, or are you good?
I think I'm good there. I think
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's fake. Or at least, like, just not, like...
So good. I love
so good when it hits your lips. All right, moving along. We're killing ourselves here. So...
You're killing us. You keep disappearing on me.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's like the rapture, Dan. I don't know what's going on over there.
Just get sucked into the ether. All right. So, where do you think? You think we're at a good place for the whiskey?
Dude, if it was going to be, I'm like all set up, man. I showed everybody my setup while you were gone. Okay.
All right.
You didn't get to see, but I got Seamus with me.
So, Seamus, okay.
Yeah. All right, you want to do this bourbon thing?
Yeah.
Whiskey?
So, last week, we talked about a article from, gosh, where was it from? Was it Bon Appetit,
an article
or
from
Food and Wine, or America's Test Kitchen? Somewhere.
Oh, no, you found it. Yeah.
Where they said rice washing. Basically, you take any form of high starch and you mix it with whiskey. Where's your rice? I got rice. And it basically...
This is sponsored by Basil and Hayden.
Sponsored by Basil Hidden. And so rice washing. I'm going to Google it again because I totally forgot.
Okay.
Rice
Now,
washing.
hold on. You've been drinking a beer. Do you have a glass to try before and after?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my before, so I get used to the taste.
Mm-hmm.
Which, God, such good. But I also, Dan, I also grabbed my Woodford Reserve,
Mm-hmm.
and I grabbed this one because I want to test it on this too, because this is a very heavy smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bourbon. And I have trouble with this one sometimes. So I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So, all right. So the rice can help soften the harshness of some spirits, making them more palatable. It captures the volatile compounds like methanol and propanol, which give alcohol its boozy taste. And so it removes some of the booziness. Also, methanol, too much methanol will make you go blind. And
That's why moonshine. That's why moonshine's dangerous.
For another episode, I want to start making moonshine.
Adam's making a face.
Adam is making a face. But I'm a chemist. We haven't really gone into our backgrounds, but I am a chemist, so I should be able to do this. If I can't, then I have problems.
He made his own beer.
Okay, so we got a glass. So
I'm already drinking my before, so I have some of your before.
Right, so I gotta have some of my before.
You want me to turn my camera so we can see this whole process?
Yes. While I'm pouring, show the audience.
Okay. All right, everyone. Don't look at the mess. Don't look at the mess. I'm gonna get a new spot to do all this, by the way.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Dan spilled. So while you show this,
already,
I'm gonna go get a paper towel.
Okay. You would think by episode 4, we'd be a little bit. As again, you guys saw my setup, but there's I got the bourbons. I'm a little mixer here. Look at this guy. Look at that is. Oh my God! Right?
I like
Adorable. It. Got my rice with a Wonder Woman glass on it. Can you see it? Nope.
I'm not looking. I'm cleaning.
Drinking for beer. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. How dare you? All right. So what do we do? Oh, I also did groceries. So ready?
It's a good thing I'm not driving. Everything smells like liquor right now.
The Superman burgers. Got 2 of those. Somebody gave them to me as a present. I forgot who, but thank you.
You know who gave you
was it?
Superman
Eddie.
cufflinks?
Yep. That was Daniel. I think Eddie got these for me.
Are they?
Yeah, I think Eddie.
Superman glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like how you put the hand up like you're a 14-year-old girl doing a makeup tutorial and you're showing your lip liner.
That's exactly where I got that from.
Preparing for Comic-Con. All right. Here we go.
What are we doing? Nobody can see me. They see my setup.
I'm still doing the pre because I made a giant mess and now my whole office smells like booze. Pre.
Well, it's one way to work. All right, cheers.
Let's do our sip. Cheers. Think.
Okay.
That's so good. Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna improve. We're gonna improve on this.
We're all using the same. We're using the same whiskey also.
Yeah. So I got my Basil Hayden.
Which, by the way, they have 2 other kinds.
I did not.
Yeah, they have a toasted, and they have It's kind of in the picture. A toasted one and something else. Very intrigued. So what do we do?
So I'm gonna pour a shot into my, and try not to spill it everywhere this time.
A shot into your shaker?
Shot into my shaker.
Glad you're doing an actual shot. I'm just guessing. So we'll see how it goes
tomorrow. Off. So Lauren's sister, my sister-in-law, gave us this, what do you call it? Shot thingy. Stainless steel, and it's like super fancy, and it's like David Yurman or some kind of fancy brand. This fucking thing is like $50.
So you have to do a shot?
What?
It's like you have to do a shot, or just like
no, just wing it.
Could it be less than a shot?
Yeah, just wing it.
About a shot?
It's fine. Shot
just wing it? Okay.
Is what we're going for. I'm gonna add a little bit more.
Usually it's about a finger, but I can't see through it. Yeah, it looks about right.
All right. Rice.
Oh, how much rice?
So they said a tablespoon for a drink.
I don't have a tablespoon.
Well, this is a tablespoon. This is a shot glass, and I measured out a tablespoon.
Well, that would have been nice to know.
Well, so if you have a shot glass, so figure half that. It's about a half shot.
Where am I putting the rest of the rice, Dad?
Well, just don't pour it all in.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah,
you're not putting the liquor into the shot glass.
Yeah, This is Die Hard 3. That's what this is. Oh, we got 2 buckets here. We need 5 ounces.
Gosh, I love that scene.
All
Oh my gosh.
All right, so pour half into it, just right in.
Right in.
It seems like sacrilege. Just not half. Maybe like that.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay,
And now
what?
and in the last episode, we learned how long a stir was.
Ah, yes. Not a shake.
Not a shake.
Stir.
We're stirring.
Yeah. Okay. Are you counting?
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippis. Okay. Here, I should. I'll count it on
I think I'm 15 seconds in.
15
shit.
seconds. Here, I'm working on my stopwatch.
20 seconds.
Stop. Reset. Okay. Stopwatch is going. We'll do another like 25 seconds.
Okay. This is definitely way more.
I think it's more of a minimum.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't think you can do too much liquor everywhere.
Come on, help me out, famous. You're just humping it. Stop it. Just humping it.
All right, we're at the 45. So now,
right.
filter it into a glass. I don't have a filter on my shaker, so I'm using this.
I have the exact same thing, and I almost used it. And then I found this.
So,
all right, here we go. It's a different color, Dan.
I was afraid of that. It's very much a different color.
All right, everyone. If you're not looking, look right now. Okay, this is the bourbon. This is what Dan wants me to fucking drink. Okay? The bourbon.
Well, maybe.
Dear fucking God.
I mean, maybe we needed a like a coffee filter. I don't know. It said a shaker. Use a shaker and then sift it. So.
Okay. Did you take it? You want to do a taste before and after?
Yeah, let's do another old.
Back to back. All right. Okay.
Sometimes it gets you.
Yeah, do slow. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. On the count of drink.
All right, cheers.
1, 2, drink.
I can't tell. I taste rice.
It doesn't taste any different. If anything, it's worse.
It's worse.
If anything, it's worse. I mean, I'll try it again. The color is getting me too. I feel like I feel like it's like wastewater. It has like a like the color that water is before you filter it when you're camping.
Yeah. You know what just happened? We just lost our sponsorship from Basil and Hayden.
No, I think we just gained a sponsorship because I can see the tagline now. No need to rice wash. Already awesome.
I like this.
Don't mess with perfection. Basil Hayden.
Man up. Drink your whiskey like a man. I mean, there's definitely like a rice kind of smell to it.
Yeah. I mean, is it smoother? Maybe, but like it has less flavor. So it's like smoother, but doesn't taste as good.
No, you know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what it is. It takes away the front bite.
Mm-hmm.
So on the regular one, right? When it touches your tongue, right? You get the ethanol, right? You get that little, right? And it's all the way through. This is a beautiful, smooth. What happens with this in the rice is that it takes away the front part of the palate and it hits the back of your palate. Because you know how your tongue is broken up into 4, right? Side, front, back.
Sounds right.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I've gone to school for this, i.e., breweries, who have taught me all this. So yeah, you got the 2 sides, which are your salts. Your front is your sweet, and the back is the rest of your flavor or something like that.
Bitter?
That might be all wrong.
Bitter?
Maybe the bitters, something like that. So what's happening is that it's taking away the first bite, but then hits you in the back. So watch. Guaranteed. Take a sip of your beer, give it a second, and then take a sip of the rice. Dan made a face.
Dan made a face. Yeah, well, that's the thing is like, I feel like when you take a sip of whiskey, you kind of have that upfront hit that then mellows, and then you have the background hit, and it's kind of this whole
Right.
like you're prepared for it because it kind of undulates through the taste buds. Whereas here, the initial, and it smells different too. It smells very different.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like like no alcohol at all. And so it's almost as though you come into it too ambitious, where it's like, oh, this is going to be nothing, and then it still hits you in the back of the throat.
That's exactly what, when I started hitting a few minutes ago, that's what happened. I missed the front. It went right past the front and hit the back of my tongue. And I was like, oh, holy shit. Yeah. When you drink whiskey and when you drink bourbon, right, you're supposed to be on a journey. That's what happens. Now, some people have a harder journey because they haven't found the right drink, right? So Dan might like the taste, but it could be the kind of processing it goes through, which throws him off the next day, gets him into a hangover, gets him like really headache or something like that, right? So he just has to find, he likes the taste, right? You just have to find the right process that it goes through in order for you not to have to deal with a hangover and deal with that. That's why there's some people that are out there like, oh my God, how can you do that? How can you even drink that stuff? And it's like, well, you have to figure out your palate. It's very different for everyone. Can't stand bourbon.
Subscriber number 1. No, I'm replacing subscriber number 1.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So you're missing that journey. So you know what this is for? This is for people that just want to get fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what this is. I don't have to deal with the flavor and the taste, but I know it's going to mess me up.
It's the Mike's Hard Lemonade of whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So
this is not a fan.
I don't like it either.
Not a fan. I'll revisit if maybe we did something wrong. We're supposed to do something else. Maybe we're supposed to filter it differently. But,
right. I mean, look, as what it's supposed to do, it's doing it correctly. I'm getting absolutely no taste, no flavor until the very back part of my tongue.
Yeah.
Before it goes down. And there's like a little bit of a sting of the, of the whiskey.
But I feel like that's not what I want though.
Yeah, there's nothing
That's
in
not
the
what I
front.
want when I'm drinking whiskey.
Right.
I feel like I'm drinking a whiskey cooler.
Yeah.
Like a wine cooler version of whiskey.
Yeah. Great.
Like,
wasted a shot. Thanks.
Add some ice to that. Well, maybe grab some ice. Add some ice to it, and now you got a whiskey cooler. I'm sorry.
So now what do you do with the rice? I mean, do you eat this for lunch? What do we do with this?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you can make some sushi out of it, and then it becomes whiskey sushi.
You want me to try it?
If you break a tooth, I'm not paying the dental bills. It just feels terrible.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm. It tastes like all the bad things. Concentrated.
Tastes like my childhood.
That's for your therapist, Adam?
Wrong session, my bad.
Wrong session. I'm not your therapist.
All right, folks. So, look, if you're not a fan of whiskeys, but you want to drink them, this might work for you. Mm-hmm. Be prepared for people potentially make fun of you because it looks like you pissed in your drink.
Mm-hmm. And also you're dehydrated too. This is like dehydrated piss.
Many Red Bulls.
You look like this. You're about a week away from a kidney stone.
I got rice stuck in my teeth.
Did you go floss?
Well, hey, we did it.
We did it.
That was it. That was a $60 experiment for me.
Well, wait. In all fairness, though, the rice was.
I also now have a pound of rice. I have no idea what to do with.
Cook it, fucking cook it. When you sent me the picture of the rice you were buying, I was like, yes, he's buying $5 worth of rice to use 1 tablespoon. But compare it to instant rice, which is like $2.50 a package for 1 serving. You get like 30 servings out of 5 pounds of rice.
Yeah,
or a pound of rice.
Sure. I mean, no, realistically, I mean that was the Acme brand, so it was $2.30.
You know what was life-changing for me? Rice cooker.
You got to make sure it's not made of lead.
They're made of aluminum. But
are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because I saw a TikToker today.
Oh, gosh.
Exposing
the lead in rice cookers. You can get a rice cooker at like CVS for like $14, and literally all you do is you add a cup of rice, a cup or 2 cups of water, put the top on, and hit go, and walk away. And in 15...
Does it say go?
No, usually it's a lever.
Does it actually say go on it?
I wish it did. It would be fun.
What does it say?
It's a lever. You push it down.
That is totally different.
It's a go lever. A go lever. Come on. And you walk away, boom, you go cook your things. It finishes on its own. It measures temperature somehow, makes perfect rice every time. keeps it warm even when it finishes, and then you're done. And you use regular rice, and it's not instant
How
rice.
long does it take?
Like 15 minutes, but it's zero hands-on. That's the thing.
And what's wrong with like boiling a bag and the minute rice?
Well,
What's wrong with that stuff?
because it's way more expensive. You can't customize it. Like what I do sometimes is throw some rice in there, throw some water, throw in some Italian seasoning, some chicken broth, a little bit of turmeric or something. You get yellow rice. It's all tasty. You could start playing around, fluff it, boom, boom, boom. Because you're still spending 15, 20 minutes to cook dinner anyway.
Bet you Betty Crocker has a recipe.
Bet you fake-ass Betty Crocker has a recipe for rice. I'm pissed. Betty fake-ass Crocker. Sham of all shams.
So what's on next on the agenda?
So I had a topic. So I had a
Ooh, candy. Sorry.
this is the drunk episode.
Pasta, grains. They have a section of pasta, grains, and
Legumes.
Yeah, what is it? What is that? What's a legume?
Legume? It's like beans. Legume, road, legumes. All right, let's look up legumes. This site
That was a legume.
This site can't be reached. Do I not have internet?
Salem is trying to get in.
I hear him.
Ooh, look, grains. See, rice cooking time. Betty Crocker, here we go. Rice cooking time. Type of rice. Regular. They have regular, boiled,
Parboiled.
pre-cooked, brown rice, and wild rice. That was it at the time. That was it, folks.
I mean,
There was no jasmine rice. There was no Jamaica rice. There was none of that. None of that.
Yeah.
So we got
short grain rice.
regular rice was 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you would yield 1 cup uncooked would yield 3 cups. Parabellum. What is it?
Isn't that a John Wick
Parabellum?
movie like John Wick 4, Parabellum or something?
Yeah, maybe. 20 to 25 minutes. Why is that so? That's oh, yeah. Look at that. Pre-cooked 5 minutes. Brown rice 50 minutes.
50?
50 minutes for brown rice.
Yeah.
1 cup.
And it's terrible.
50 minutes.
And it's terrible.
For 4 cups.
Have you read
Wild rice. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Wild rice.
Wild?
75 to 90 minutes.
Jesus Christ, because it's leather. It's leather.
And it would only yield 3 cups, folks.
That wild rice, man, that's wild. Like, have you ever been like showed up somewhere and it was like, I'm getting this burrito, and you have brown rice and white rice.
This is so racist, this stuff.
I think
What were we saying?
I think we should have a segment called Betty Crocker Readings, and then we'll dissect it.
Hey, we got it, man. I think he has like 4 books of that.
She.
Does he got another one?
Who's he?
That? Oh, you weren't here for that. Everybody else knows. Papa Morgan.
Papa Morgan.
These are Papa Morgan's books. Okay, Betty Crocker, Cooking Basics. Look at that. Learning to cook with confidence. That's the word, confidence.
Fuck yeah.
Look at that. Oh, he's got notes in it too. Oh, that's adorable.
Aw,
Look at that. Spicy beef salad.
that's my
Wow.
kind of salad.
Yeah,
Teriyaki.
I was going to say pterodactyl. Pterodactyl chicken stir fry, dude.
Breathe.
All right, let's put this away, folks. Sorry. All right, so yeah.
We are off the rails. We are off the rails.
So far gone. Sorry, folks. Gee, stop drinking beer. We need to drink beer from now. Where am I? Where are my notes? I don't know. There we go. All right. So where are we at? What do you got next? I got a couple things at some point.
Here, what have you been up to? Yeah, let's do that first.
You want to know what I've been up to? All right,
have you been up
folks. We're getting back on. This is the ultimate raveling of the minds episode.
Oh, yes.
Hey, everybody. We're not drunk yet.
Welcome to Raveling of the Minds, the podcast.
The podcast. All right. So one thing.
Mhm.
My back.
Yeah.
Talking about getting old.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how I have a back problem, right? From riding horses.
Upper,
you know
lower,
that?
mid. I really do
Lower.
remember this, yes.
Yeah, lower.
Lower.
Little backstory. So I used to work at Medieval Times and rode horses, jumped off the horses at 30 miles an hour, jousted, fought, did all that stuff. And
Sexy, by the way. That's how you get the ladies.
That's how I got my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So so we think from riding the horses, because I used to train the babies, brand new babies, crazy horses, try to buck you off. Between, I think it's somewhere between like the L3 and L4s, the cushioning is worn away. Right. So every once in a while, especially when I haven't had a chance to keep up with working out, my back starts acting up. So what happened was we went down to the shore, remember, down the shore. My back was bothering me by like day four, day five, something like that. And it was because of the bed, right? The bed is shit down there. We know we got to get a new one. It's old as hell. So my back can't really take it. I came home, we did the podcast, and Monday after the podcast, I was doing okay. Tuesday, it was kind of acting up. It was starting to stiffen up. So I'm trying to do like little stretches and stuff. And I'm like, all right, I need to take a leave. I took a leave. By Wednesday, it was like slowly starting to seize up, like where like I would have to like push myself up out of bed to get up. You know what I mean? And use my arms to get up. And like when I would lean down, I'd have to like squat to get up and not just lean over. And then I think I dealt with that for a full week. So then going into the following week, then it started to really like stiffen up. And I was like, shit, this isn't getting better. Now, at this point, I didn't work out for probably almost a month because of everything that's been going on. So I'm thinking that because I haven't been able to work out, that the muscles started like atrophying a little bit, which allowed whatever is wrong with my back to start acting up. And then it was the following week, which was the same week as Eddie's wedding. I woke up. I was in pain all night. I took a leave. Didn't help. I started getting ready for work. I sat in the shower and I just let the hot water just beat on my back. Just try to loosen it up. And I was like, all right, we're pretty good. All right, finally loosened up a little bit. Oh, this was, okay, so Sunday, before that, me and Libby were prepping, we're cooking, we're doing our things, and it was like impossible, the amount of pain I was in. And she was like, babe, I'm really worried. I'm like, it's fine. I just got to be careful. She's like, go sit down. I was like, no, you need help. We're cooking meals, right? So then woke up the next day, right? I'm doing my stuff. I'm like, all right, I just have to be really careful. Dan, even to the point that if I was looking straight and I needed to reach into the fridge and turn 45 degrees, my back would try to give out just to grab the fridge.
Damn,
right?
son.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I have to be really careful. And I was like, look, I'm at this point where like I either am going to be okay, or if I make one wrong move, I'm going down. And she was like, all right, so just be careful. Had to give the cats their shots. I'm feeling okay. I lean over. I get down on my knees. I kind of sprawl my leg out, right? Kind of like one knee down, one leg out, right? And I give Murphy a shot. Yeah, basically. Think, um, give Murphy a shot. Good boy. I give him a kiss. And I got up without even thinking about it. And it instantly just started tightening up. And I was like, shit. And I put the syringe down on the table, and Libby's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah. It's trying to like Charlie horse on me." So I took my arms and I put them on the door frame, kind of tried to stretch my back out, which was probably the worst thing to do. I let go, and instantly my back tried to fold backwards on me. Yeah,
Dan's eyes widened.
Dan's eyes widened. It pulls. It's almost like somebody has like a rope around my pelvis area and is standing behind me, like below my butt, like lower than me, and is on both sides of the rope and just trying to pull me down that way. Yeah. So my back goes to fold. I like stumble over to the kitchen table and I'm just posted one hand on each side of the table and I'm leaned over and it's just trying so hard to Charlie horse on me. And I was like, shit. Oh my God. And Libby comes over and she's like rubbing my back. She's like, it's okay. I'm like, and then like usually like in the past, it'll Charlie horse for a couple minutes and then it will finally like slow down. And then I'd be like, holy shit, okay, this is bad. And it's not letting up. And I'm like, oh, And she's like, it's okay, babe. It's okay. And then she said something. I forgot what it was. And it made me laugh. And that was like the worst thing possible. Love her to death. And I start laughing. And I'm like, no. And that's what she said. She's like, I can't tell if you're like in pain or in pain and laughing. And I was like, no, I'm in pain. And then I start laughing, which is Charlie horsing it more. And then I just fucking dropped to the ground. And that was it. I was done. I fell to the ground to my back so that I wouldn't try to Charlie horse. And it was like probably the worst it's ever been. And Libby, like, she's like, okay, it's all right. She's like rubbing my chest. I was like, oh, fuck. Like to the point that like tears
So what do you
are coming out of my eyes.
What do you do at that point? Like, how do you fix that? You just lay there?
At that moment,
take you out back and
take me out back and call it a day. Yeah. No, I mean, in that moment, it was about 20 minutes I was on the ground. And yeah, I just got to sit there.
So you laid on the ground for 20 minutes and then it just kind of.
So, yes. So I'm laying down and what's happening is that like finally, like I stretched my legs out and then it kind of like loosened. And then I laid there a little longer. And I was like, all right, I obviously can't go to work like this. I was like, I have to go to the hospital. And this is the first time I ever went to the hospital for this. Usually I just deal with it, take a shit ton of like Aleve and Advil, and then like, but this was like this, it literally felt like, it felt like somebody broke my back. That was it. Like, and I was like, something's messed up with structurally bone with my back. So I called out of work. Libby called out of work. So I was able to roll up, get up slowly, and go over to the couch. I laid on the couch, and that kind of helped. And then she took me to the hospital. Did a CAT scan. They wanted to do an MRI, but the MRI takes way too long to go through the machine.
Scan my cat.
Scans. Scan my cat. I was like, Salem's not with me. I told the doctor my history because it was the ER doctor. Told him my history. Told him this happens every once in a while. Blah blah blah. I told him about the less spacing from riding horses between my two vertebrae. He gave me Valium and something else. Scans came back. They looked at them and they're like structurally skeletal. I could do this. Skeletally.
I'm not the
skeletally.
That doesn't sound right either. But okay.
That didn't sound right.
No.
Structurally. How would you say structurally with the skeletal or muscle? Damn it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, folks. My bones.
Adam's bones be good or bad.
My bones were fine.
Oh.
And he was like, I was like, well, did you see between like the lower L's, whatever it was? And he was like, no. He's like, it looks fine. I was like, so then what the hell is going on? He's like,
so you're faking it, is what you're saying?
No, it's all muscle. Yeah, I'm faking. I was like, I don't want to go to work today.
Wow.
So yeah,
you always wanted to be an actor,
biggest performance. So
what's the next steps?
So he gave me Valium and another medication for inflammation. It worked. I don't know why Valium.
That sounds intense.
Well, and he was 2 milligrams, so it wasn't like 10. But we were like, Valium? Yeah, Valium's for pain, but why not give me like Tylenol codeine?
Aren't they?
Tylenol codeine, well, because you have the Tylenol for inflammation, and then you have the codeine for pain. So just give me a Tylenol codeine.
Valium is a muscle relaxer.
No, Valium is a pain reliever.
It's also the name of you ever see Spaceballs?
Yes.
The prince that she was supposed to marry, and then she ran away. It was Prince Valium.
Was it really?
Because he was like just totally like spaced out and not worth anything. He was a total fucking space cadet. Valium. Diazepam, PAM, is a medication that treats anxiety, seizures, muscle spasms, or twitches.
Oh, okay, so muscle spasms, because they were calling it a muscle spasm.
Okay, Wikipedia, the source of everything. It does a lot of things, but it can be taken orally or as a suppository. Which one did you get?
It was a suppository that I took orally. No. It scratched my throat up,
or an oral that you took suppository.
Yeah, right. No, orally. Damn.
So what does it do?
It's a pill.
So yeah, I mean it's an opiate.
Yes, it was an opiate.
And it's muscle spasms and things like that. So I mean that's good luck. I think. What about like massage therapy? Was that on the table?
I've done that. Yeah, no, what I need to do is I need to go to an orthopedist and have them really look at my back and see what's going on and see what is causing the spasms. Because I always thought it was the spine. And what happened that day, I was like, dude, that disc, it's gone. It's kicked out. Like I completely slipped the disc. And they were like, no, you're fine. So it's all, thank God.
Yeah,
Because it's
that's good news, right?
Yeah, that's very good news. So it's muscular, which makes sense because so the last time this happened was like a year ago. And I've been working out consistently since then, up until the last, couple weeks because of everything going on. So it makes sense that it's muscle because when I work out, I must strengthen whatever muscle is having the problem or the muscles surrounding it. And then when I don't, those muscles atrophy and then the pain persists.
Like my hammies or my quads.
Like your hammies, yeah. Yeah. So that was one thing. I'm glad it's not anything to do with skull. Jesus.
Can we skeletal? I believe that's what
Skeletor. No, not Skeletor. Skeletal? Skeletal.
Skeletal. Keletal. Skeletal.
That's what I'm trying to say, folks. So, yeah. So I dealt with that. The other thing that happened is Eddie's wedding was that week on Friday. So everybody's like freaking out. And they're like, are you going to be able to go? Adam, are you one of the groomsmen? Are you going to be able to stand up there? I'm like, I'll be fine. They're like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'll pop like 6 of them. I'll take a shot. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
You're a man that can push through.
Yeah. So luckily by towards the end of the week, he was feeling better. And then I had a couple of drinks at the wedding and I was on the dance floor and my wife kept yelling at me. She was like, stop, Adam, stop. It's like, what? I feel great. So yeah, beautiful. It was down in Jersey City. Dan is still dancing if nobody can see. Beautiful down in Jersey City, down at Liberty State Park. Yeah, so it overlooked the city. You saw Freedom Tower. It was outside.
You can see the Statue of Liberty from there too.
Yes. I didn't see it, but yes. I think it's a little where the restaurant is and the reception was, you have to go like just a little further down in order to see it. Like we were literally like staring at Freedom Tower. But yeah, great food. They had a live band. And the live band was at one point trying to figure out what to play. And I just screamed from the bar. I was like, Johnny Be Good. And the guy looks at me. He's like, I'm like, Johnny Be Good. Play Johnny Be Good. And he was like, he kind of turns to the band. They're like kind of talking for a second. He's like, we'll play Johnny Be Good if you get on the dance floor. I was like, you don't even have to ask me. Just start fucking playing. And he started playing. I came out like Chuck Berry and started dancing.
I like it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's what I've been up to.
Good. I mean, that's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll figure this out. At least your body is intact and it's more of like a muscle thing. I feel like that's easy to work with.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that could be worked out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as opposed to having to get surgery. That would suck. That would have sucked.
Yeah. So. Remember we were talking about...
Cheers.
We were talking about reunions the other day. So we are going to... So I think 11 days I saw on my phone just this morning. We're going to Pennsylvania. And we're going home for...
For Deke?
No.
Oh.
We're going home for 2 big activities. One being Lauren's 20th high school reunion, which should be interesting.
Okay.
They have not had a reunion at all, I don't believe, until this one. So we're talking 18-year-olds now are 38. And I don't think Lauren kept in touch with a lot of her friends. And so it should be interesting. Well, the first time I've met any of them. And then the second one is your baby shower.
That's correct. That's correct.
Super fucking excited about that. We bought a bunch of shit that hopefully you like.
You bought a lot of shit for us?
No, for the baby.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No,
Yeah,
it's not for you. This is not for you at
Did you?
all.
Oh.
As soon as this baby is born, you are second tier. This child is going to be the center of your world.
Adam made sad face.
Adam made sad face. This is going to be the center of your world and my world.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're gonna raise this kid as a Jerem Panacidi, and teach him wonderful things, or bad things, but
and hopefully not to get us into as much trouble.
A little though. I feel like a little is good.
Oh, you need it. Yeah. Yeah, it straightens you out.
But yeah,
gives you perspective.
It was actually a lot of fun. I found myself, there's like a lot of, lots of people have had kids, but I don't think like my best friend has had kids. People say like, oh, when you have kids or whatever, it'll be different. And I feel like a connection already, even though I'm not directly involved in any way, but it's like this, I have like I don't know. It's like,
that's awesome. That makes me happy. I'm glad.
There's an indescribable connection that is like, this is going to be important, and I want to be in this child's life regardless.
That's awesome.
Which is funny because I don't have children, and so it's like not something that I've necessarily felt before.
That's awesome. It's because it's going to be epic. Fucking. So yeah, baby shower. We're planning that. We were doing some of this stuff today for it. We haven't finished the registry. We're still working on that. So there's still things to come.
So
that's fine. Hey, no, that's
we
awesome.
went on.
We're still working
on
it
real early the day you sent the invitations, and I think we snagged a lot of the fun ones. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
we're good.
We're using what is it called? Baby list. Bye baby. This baby list, and there's going to be a set of things for me for the baby, like a baby carrier, and it's not to give anything away, but it's called Tactical Dad. Yeah,
it's
awesome.
That sounds good.
It looks like military grade like bags and stuff. So yeah, dude, I can't wait for you guys. I mean the reunion is going to be interesting. You got to tell me about that because we've never had one. Lauren's got to tell you the deets, man. Like like she's got to be in your ear and be like, oh my god, that's so and so. He was the captain of the football team. I can't believe he's 300 pounds and ball. Or like, oh my god, that was so and so, and she was the cheerleading captain. And she was a whore. I can't believe she settled down. Like that stuff. We got to know that stuff.
It'll be interesting for sure. It'll be fun. Well, I think we do. So your baby shower is on Sunday, and I think Saturday is the reunion. So we'll be.
So you can be hungover?
No. Well, no. What time is the baby shower? It's like afternoonish.
No. It's a brunch.
It's a brunch. Yeah. So like.
Brunch is before afternoon day.
It's afternoon. What time is this?
No, it's not.
10?
Brunch is... Dan, do you know what time brunch usually?
I don't know, 1?
No, brunch is like 11:30, dude.
Really?
It's called brunch.
Really?
It's breakfast lunch. It's not Leonard. Leonard is lunch dinner. Brunch is like second breakfast.
Second breakfast. Okay.
11sies.
11sies. I think the reunion actually starts early. It's like 6 p.m. or something like that.
No, that's fine. You guys have fun, man.
We will be there, and we will not be hungover.
Adam's making a face.
Adam's making a face. We have some like hangover cure things that we've been using recently. One of them is called H-Proof. So there's like super chalky tablets that you eat, and they're like liver support or something like that. And then there's another one that we've tried out, which is like a drink that you drink before you're drinking. I have to say, it's like day and night.
Yeah.
When you take them, it like takes 10 years off of your age. So it's like you're 40. If you had like 5 beers, how would you feel tomorrow morning?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how you felt when you were 30. That's what it is when you take these pills.
So you're saying I could probably really use that because this is how much bourbon I've drank.
I wish I could send them to you right now.
And I got work. It wasn't gonna be like, Adam, what's wrong with you? I'd be like, get the fuck out of my face.
I was rice washing for Dan.
That's just, I'm gonna get fired for that. They're gonna think it's some kind of like TikTok stripper thing. All right.
Anywho,
What else? Moving on.
other topics.
Where we at?
Moving on.
Oh, here we go. Today, speaking of the baby, Libby starts her third trimester.
Big time.
That's a big one, yeah. We're in the home stretch. Well, I don't know. Is that the home stretch? I don't know. I think this is the hardest trimester.
Yeah, you're right. Home stretch implies easy, but no, she probably is not easy. She's probably swallowing her feet and everything hurts.
Yeah, she had a pretty rough day yesterday. Her back, so yeah. And she was like, of course, I'm about to start my third trimester, of course. Why not? And then we also, another thing we did, picked up the baby furniture. So we picked that up with Eddie yesterday. So we have the crib, the dresser, the glider. So now it's time to start painting the room and stuff like that.
That's exciting.
And that's all my stuff. That's all I got.
All right. I think we're good.
What peeves your titty, Dan?
What peeves my titties? Insurance companies. They peeve my titties.
Okay.
So, you remember we talked about this?
I'm going to need more whiskey for this.
Yeah. So, you remember we were talking about last time about how my air conditioning was going or went. We had someone out and they were doing a standard inspection, just the one we do every year. And the guy was like, your numbers, the voltage or the wattage or whatever this thing is running at, it's running like it's 115 degrees out, but it's like 80 degrees out. So it's running super friggin' hard. It's struggling. This compressor is about to explode.
Right.
So okay. So it's about to go. Or it's going, basically. And we'd noticed that our air conditioning bill had jumped like from like $150 or $200 a month to like $400 a month. And the guy was like, basically, yeah, it's drawing so much electricity because it's completely effed. And so we have insurance on our air conditioner. And so we call them up and they send their own guy out. And he goes, well, yeah, it's failing, but it hasn't died. So we're not covering. And so I'm sitting here going, well, so this thing is drawing like triple the electricity it should. We're spending shit tons of money to run it, and it could die literally at any day. And there's no instance in which it won't be dying. And they're like, no, it has to fully die before we'll cover anything.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting here going like, I feel like I'm in Princess Bride where like, it's mostly dead, and you're just sitting here and we still have to run it. I mean, it's going to be 100 degrees this week. You can't not run it, but it's, Yeah,
it's not like the East Coast where we're starting to slowly stop running it. Like you guys got to keep it up.
And I know what's going to happen is it's going to make it through the next 2 weeks and next summer is going to come around and it's going to be July 4th, and it's going to be 100 degrees for a week straight. And 3 days into that, it's going to die. And then they'll finally cover it, and it's going to take 3 weeks to replace, and we'll have no air conditioning for 3 weeks, and it's going to be 100 degrees every day.
Actually, what they'll do first before just replacing is that they're going to try to find parts for it.
Yeah.
And then when they can't find parts, because they won't find parts, so they're going to try to find parts.
It's from 1996. This thing is as old as, people that can now drink alcohol. So anyway. So yeah, that peeves my titties a bit. And then I have a double peeve my titties on the insurance front.
So this is the other titty, okay?
The other titty is, so this was about a month and a half ago. We come home from the shore, and we have so when we saw you in the shore at the end of August, and we had a letter in our mail that said, oh, by the way, your homeowner's insurance is being dropped because you have pooling in your gutters and trees overhanging your roof, which apparently somehow suggests that we're like not.
Is that why you guys did all that cutting?
Partly, yes. Partly, we were planning on trimming back our trees anyway, but yeah.
Gotta trim the bushes.
So they showed us some like drone shot from like 8,000 miles away. It was like fuzzy, and like there was one area of the roof where like it was darker, and it looked like there was pooling of the water. And so they said that we weren't maintaining our gutters. And then there was another area where there was trees overhanging. And they were saying, "Oh, that's dangerous," blah blah blah. And so literally, they're just looking. Everybody's looking for any excuse to drop you from their insurance. And
I'll tell you why in a second, but go ahead.
And so anyway, we ended up we did the tree service. We cut back our trees. We cleaned out the gutters and took pictures of them being clean. And like Lauren wrote this whole thing and mailed it to them. And we actually did get approved and got it reinstated. But like, what a fucking mess and a nightmare. And like, what bullshit. I mean, come on. Like,
dude, we must be living like the same lives, right? Because beginning of the summer, right, my AC kicked, right, and I have a home warranty. I have an appliance coverage through this company, which you heard that right? Sorry, which I'm not going to say their name, and I've used them a few times for things. Stove broke, used them. Oven broke, used them. It's been a fucking mess every goddamn time. It has taken months to get the new unit. It's not the exact same size. It's not they got to do adjustments, but they don't do adjustments and blah, 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 all this bullshit, right? You pay all this money for these insurances for this, and it's more of a hassle than just go, fuck it, I'm going to Lowe's and buying it myself. You know what I mean? So when the AC system happened with us, which I think I talked about in the first podcast, I turned to Libby and I was like, should we go through them? And she's like, no. She's like, don't even fucking bother. She's like, because we won't have an AC unit until fucking December. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I was like, so we paid. We said, screw it. We're going to pay out of pocket for it. We got the best of the best, right? We dealt with it. Exactly, Dan. They're not going to fix it if it's going. They need it to go. They need it to break in order for there to be a claim. And you're very lucky that the guy didn't come out and go, well, somebody already looked at the unit. It's void. Sorry. Somebody opened the unit up.
Yeah.
Because that happened with our dryer. The dryer fucking almost caught on fire. So I open the unit up. I see what's going on. I pull the whole thing out. I see that the bottom got, which by the way, I have to tell you about. Clean your dryer, all of it. Open the bottom up, clean it out. There's a whole bunch of lint. I guarantee it if you haven't done it.
Adult problems.
Yeah, adult problems. The guy comes in because I see what's going on, and I was like, all right, I got to get somebody in here. The guy from the warranty company, home warranty company, comes in, not the home insurance, which is different. The home warranty, he looks, and I tell him what's going on, and he sees that the one panel was off, and he goes, did somebody look at this? I go, yeah, I opened it up to see what was going on. I smelled the fire. And he was like, I don't know if I could touch this. I was like, the fuck you are? You going to touch it? Yeah, you are.
You're going to touch it, you're going to like it.
Yeah, and he was like, he wasn't going to touch it. He was going to say, I almost voided the whole thing because I looked at it. Yeah, didn't bother with that. Secondly, to go along with your home insurance, while we were down the shore, our insurance was coming up on the 1st. They sent me an email, totally missed the email, and they were like, hey, your insurance is due. Totally missed it. And then I didn't get a phone call. Didn't get nothing until my mortgage company sent me a letter and was like, hey, your house isn't covered. If you don't get the coverage, we're going to buy the coverage for you for like $4,000 a month. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So then now I'm panicking. I'm like, we don't have fucking home insurance covering the house. So then I call my guy and I tell him, I'm like, yeah, dude, we were away on vacation. I was like, I told you guys to send me mail. Don't just send me an email, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, we go through the whole rigmarole of shit. And he's like, no, I know you guys. Let me see if I can work this out. Your family's been with us for years, blah, blah, blah. He's like, do you have like a payment? That way, if I'm able to make this work out, I'll get a payment going for you. You don't have to worry about it. I was like, yeah, here's the credit card information. I'm like, just do it. I was like, because they're ready to charge me $4,000. We were at like 1,200, something like that for the year. And he goes and tells me, he goes, yeah, insurance companies like this want you to forget. They want you to mess up because when did you get your homeowner's insurance? During COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got it at a stupid low premium, right? Which is an amazing deal for you guys. They want to drop that. They want you to drop. They want you to come back so that they have to reinstate you, like have to have you go through the whole like process to make you pay more.
It's all bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And he told me that. He's like, that's what they're trying to do. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. Let me see what I can do. God bless this man. He was able to get on the phone with, the company, worked it out, did the payment. We're good. Nothing to worry about. But I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like another way for you guys to fucking capitalize on this economy? We're already up 20 fucking percent from 2020. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
20%. It's not the 2.3% that they show us in the news and look, oh, look at us. Yeah, I know it's a little much, but don't worry, guys. Your groceries are going to come down. Fuck you. I don't fucking think so. It's 20 fucking percent. I want my eggs $1.50 again, you son of a bitch. Okay?
Peeves my fucking titties.
And that was a good podcasting.
That was the podcast.
We'll see you next.
And on that note, fucking growing up. Oh,
yeah, I'm right there with you, brother. That's crazy that happened to you too. AC.
It's so funny.
And homeowners insurance.
It's so funny that
crazy.
literally we described the exact same situations.
Yeah.
On opposite sides of the country. Yeah, growing up is terrible.
It's crazy though. I'll say this. If you're buying a home, you're brand new homeowners, right? You're buying a home, do the home warranty thing for like the first year or two.
Yeah.
Guaranteed stuff's going to go, guys.
It's going to go.
It's going to go, right? So at least it helps you out a little bit in the beginning because you're still trying to figure out that balance. Oh my God, taxes, blah, 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 right?
The home expenses too. I mean, like you could rent for $2,000 a month and you can have a mortgage for $2,000 a month. But you like forget that like, oh yeah, like my fence could fall down or I have to trim trees or, my furnace can go and that's $10,000. There's a lot of random things that exist in home ownership which is not sexy too. It's like, oh, my air conditioning went. I just spent $10,000 this year on that. It's not like I went on like some European vacation for that $10,000. No, I just existed as the way I was before something broke.
Yeah. It's not like you're like, oh, I'm going to get a new BMW. You know what? I'll take an extra $10,000 to get the M5.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Nope. The only thing that's sexy is the fact that you're sleeping comfort now. And you know what, folks? That is fucking sexy.
I don't know, but that's kind of sexy.
Kind of fucking hot.
It works. We just randomly bought some really good sheets. Speaking of being old, we bought some.
You still doing the 1,000 stitch thread?
We got some high thread count, like not like your I don't know what they call them, microfiber, not microfiber, like real cotton, high thread count.
Folks, if you don't know, Dan in college had probably the softest bed of anybody. That man, he would only get like 900 plus thread count. He's the one that taught me about it. And I was like, what? And then I felt his bed and I was like, I'm boning you tonight. That's it.
That's how I got out of him in bed,
That's how he got me. That's how he got Lauren. That's it.
We used to call it the cloud. Because I had the bed and then I had this pillow topper and then the sheets and then like the pillows. Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was nice. It was only my senior year that I had that. It wasn't all through college, but
no. But that senior, I don't know how you got up for class.
It was tough. Anywho, all right. So, I think
that's where we're at.
We're around time. Any final thoughts, grievances? Messages for our viewer?
No, I think we're good, man. Let's call it there. It was great catching up with you.
Yeah.
I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you.
I mean,
in 2 weeks.
I think, I was gonna say before we even record another one, we'll be seeing you. And so next episode, we will probably be talking about the baby shower and the reunion. So we got lots of content. Yeah. Lots of content. So
yeah.
All right. Good times.
All right, brother. I'm gonna go make some dinner. All right, brother.
All right. Have a good one.
Catch you later.
See you later.
Stay safe. Love you, brother.
Love you too. Bye.
All right. Peace.